Peace, everyone. My name is Jasmine, and this is my journal. Today is April the 12th, or is it the 13th? I think today's the 12th. Look, I can't even get my day straight. Hope everyone is doing well. I am doing absolutely amazing. Some quick, uh, There's some quick catch up, and then I want to talk about shadow work today. So, that's what we're gonna be talking about is shadow work. But anyhow, I've been training for my new position. That's why I haven't really been recording as much, is because I've been training for my new position and that is going well. I'm still very nervous, but I'm confident that I can do it. So that's been great. Last time I talked to you, I told you I had a date on Saturday. I went on a date. I had an amazing time. We went to see a comedy show. After it was a comedy show, we just kind of hung out around the city and rode around the city and laughed and joked, and it was fun. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Date number two. It went so well that there's a date number two. Um, we're going hiking. But in between dates, we have been spending time together, getting to know each other. And um, I can actually say with this person, there's a lot of compatibility. A lot of compatibility. It's hard for me to find and meet people that I'm very compatible with because I'm very different. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. This is fun. So I've been having fun. Kids are doing great. I'm prepping to go see my son graduate from college here in May, so I'm excited about that. And the best news, drum roll, my grandbaby. This camera feel a little crooked. Maybe it's me on tripping. Yeah, that's better. My grandbaby will be here tomorrow. My grandson will be born tomorrow. They're going to induce her labor, and he will be here. And I can't wait to see him. So I'm just a bucket of happiness. But anyhow, to the subject of the hand, shadow work. I had a friend hit me up, and she's getting over an extreme heartbreak. She had her heart broken by somebody, and she hasn't been connected with this person for a long time, but she's having trouble letting go. So she connected with another reader, and reader told her, like, it's a lot of things on the inside you got to work through, a lot of shadow work. So since I've been through similar things in my life, she was just wondering, could I find a way to define shadow work? Because though you hear the word shadow work a lot, when you ask a lot of people what shadow work is, everybody's going to give you a different definition. You know what I mean? At least in my own experience, I haven't found like a clear direction or a clear definition of what shadow work is. It's just I haven't got one yet. But anyhow, to me, shadow work is unpacking. So shadow work is diving deep down inside, unpacking, unpacking everything that happened in your life, things that were not so great, even things that were great, and organizing it, putting it where it goes. Because a lot of the times, the way we react to pain or hurt or things that we go through, it's just misplaced trauma. So most of the time, when somebody hurts us or they walk away from us, or our heart gets broken, or something happens that doesn't feel so well, or we lose something, or we go through something, and losing something can be like a job or a person or a friendship or a relationship or anything. Emotionally, we don't know how to take it, and it's mistraced. It's a whole lot of misplaced trauma. And what happens is that everything's about that person or that job or that thing. It's them that did it. It's them. But it really has nothing to do with them, and everything to do with you and your response to it. So, in order to find the source to that response, you have to unpack the trauma. And that's the hard part, because when you unpack that trauma, imagine going up in your attic and you're cleaning your attic and your basement up, and this is a true story. This is going on with me now. You find some old boxes. And in these old boxes, you find a whole bunch of clothes and pictures that you just threw in one box. And those pictures them pictures may be aspects of yourself like some of the pictures I had were when I was in an abusive relationship, but there were pictures from that relationship. And some of the clothes I had was when I was younger and I was partying all the time and I was running the streets all the time. And, they were just misplaced. They were just all toppled up in this box. There were clothes that I'll never be able to fit again if I wanted to. I don't foresee myself ever wearing a size 3 again, ever. You know, there was dust all over them. I had to dust them off and go through them. But as I'm going through looking at each pair of jeans and each halter top and each sweater and each fancy bra, I hope these cats do not start fighting. Anyhow, each fancy bra and each piece of lingerie and each picture and each of the times where I'm smiling in the picture with him knowing he just hit me in my face 3 seconds before we took the picture. It's like all this pain started to come back. That's what I mean by doing shadow work. I had to unpack these boxes, unpack all this pain, deal with it, and put it where it belonged. And a lot of that stuff I donated or threw in the trash. Or I put the pictures in a photo album that I probably won't pick up again or look at again. I don't believe in destroying pictures. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Because I believe that the past is what makes me up. People are like, you don't like get rid of pictures of your exes or destroy pictures of your exes. No. I just throw them in a box or a photo album somewhere. Those are my memories. Those are what made me who I am today, about me here today. I keep my memories. But what I had to learn during shadow work was figuring out the source to some of my issues. So as I'm, sitting there thinking about everything in my life, which journaling has been life-saving for me, journaling, as I had to sit and think about everything that happened in my life and everything that I went through. I'm sorry, y'all. Everything that I went through and unpack everything that I went through, I realized that a lot of the way I reacted in relationships, or I reacted to breakups, or people walking away, or things going on, they really had nothing to do with that person. My reaction had everything to do with me and a whole bunch of shit that I never unpacked. Like my responses to intimacy or sexual energy, because at one point I tended to be over sexual, or I shut down. I won't be sexual at all. And I realized that a lot of that, it came from childhood abuse. It was just something it needed a place. So I had to go back and unpack that and heal through it and put it into place. You know what I mean? I would be sitting here lying to y'all if I told y'all that I found a final resting place for it, because I'm still placing, which means as I'm talking about shadow work, I am still doing shadow work, y'all. It's a process. Sometimes when you think that you're 100% better, things still come up to the surface and they still kind of bother you. Like prime example, I was triggered a few months ago. I had an old Kindle account, and my friends sent me a whole bunch of books, and they were like crazy, those hood chick books, like it's a whole bunch of sex, drugs, money, fighting, them types of books. So I was like, hell. So when I first opened up my Kindle, the first book that popped up was, of course, the last book that I had read. And I remember reading this, but back then it didn't bother me. I didn't think nothing of it. But it did this time. And in the opening scene of the book, these little girls were being watched by their uncle, and they were about maybe 7 and 8. And the book described him having sex with them in graphic detail. And bitch, I was triggered. I was triggered. I was like, I can't believe I read this shit. I was mad at myself for a minute. I was tearful. I wanted to burn the whole fucking Kindle after I just paid $140. I was going to burn that Kindle. You know what I mean? It bothered me. But I had to realize that I'm still unpacking. And that's why, and right now, I haven't, to me, in my mind, I haven't found a healthy resting place for my past. You know, I haven't found a space for it. So, shadow work is looking for the source. Shadow work is digging deep down, seeing where something started at. Like in relationships, when was your first heartbreak? Who broke your heart first? Was it your daddy? Was it your was your mother? Was it your brother? A lot of us got some mama, daddy issues, grandma, grandpa, whoever raised you issues. It's not the motherfucker you're dating. Because then you gotta unpack and ask yourself, while you're mad at the person you were dating, why were you putting up with it? I let myself get my ass whooped for 3 years, y'all. Like, I could have left. And now that I think about it, leaving him wasn't that easy. I just woke up one morning and said, I don't want to do this no more. And it was over. That quick, it was over. That's my phone. I wonder if my daughter's in labor. I don't want to get up and go get the phone because then I have to pause. Sorry, y'all. I just, every time my phone bings, I think it's either him. Yeah, or I think it's my daughter going in labor. Look at me. Somebody got me blushing. It's hard to make me blush. I'm blushing with this one. I like him. Nice. Nice. I'll talk about him later. But anyhow, shadow work is unpacking. And shadow work, y'all, it don't feel good. It does not. I cannot tell y'all, and I'm getting emotional just talking about it, but I can't tell y'all how many times I had to like close off or shut down or like force myself to talk to somebody about some of the stuff that happened to me. Cause some of the stuff, when you be thinking about it, you be embarrassed. And you know, especially now, look, y'all, why am I embarrassed about something that happened to me when I was 5? That shit's embarrassing to me, you know. Especially like when I get mad at myself and I'll be like, well, I didn't tell nobody. Like, but I realize there's so many me's out there that didn't tell anybody. Like at 5. That was probably my first secret I ever kept. I kept it for a long time, y'all. And just to tell somebody for it not to be validated. Yeah. Or like decisions that I made as an adult. Things I put up in relationships, things I allowed people to do to me that I never told anybody about, you know. That's shadow work. That's facing shadow work is facing you. It's facing that you hide from people, that you don't want people to see. And doing that shadow work is embracing that person, you know, and accepting that person and loving that person. You know, that's why when I decided to step on this path, Spirit told me, like, be you, be honest. And when I first started on this path, I wasn't completely honest with who I was because I wanted to paint a picture, for one, of who I wanted people to see me as. But I realized that it was killing me on the inside because I was able to relate to people, but I wasn't sharing my experiences to tell people I could relate. I'm just going, yeah, honey, I don't know. Pray on it. No, I understand. I understand how it feels to have your heart broken. I've had my heart broken a fair share of times. You know, I done had men put their hands on me a fair share of times. I've been taken advantage of, disregarded. Yeah, I've been there. Hell, shit, I've done wrong. I done ghosted people and did people wrong and did old, I call it fuck shit. Did old fuck shit. I am in no means perfect, and I'm not out here to portray that. What I am here to portray is that people evolve. But the only way that you can truly evolve is by doing shadow work. Everyone's got to do it. If you are truly working on yourself and you on a path, you're going to go through a dark time. And this is not, and you go through several, I said several, several. You go through several dark times. One thing I learned is that you always make it through. When I look back on my life and all the times I tried to commit suicide or all the times I felt like I didn't want to be here, I've always been okay. Like this last runner with my job, like I knew it. Intuitively, I knew it. Just like last time, intuitively, I knew it. Like they about to cut something or let me go. I was not afraid, y'all. I was just like, okay, I've been through this before. I've had times when I had no money. I've been hungry before. I ain't know where I was gonna sleep before. I've had to do this shit alone before. I done had a job let me go before. And y'all, I'm still here. And that goes the same for you. I've had somebody that I love dearly walk away from me before. I've had somebody that I love dearly. Hell, I was stood up on the day I was supposed to get married, y'all. Okay? I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here. I done lost a parent. I'm still here. I haven't experienced losing a child. I've had a miscarriage, but I haven't raised a child to lose them. So I can't speak for that. I can only speak from my own experiences. But I was speaking to my friend the other day. Her daughter has cancer, and she was upset because she was saying like, with the type of cancer the baby has, it's like there's no point where you could just go celebrate. Like cancer's gone, it's over. With that type of cancer, that you don't get that because it's a sarcoma, and the type of cancer is no chemo or radiation works. And if it comes back, all they can do is cut it out. And if it gets to the lungs, so they told the mother, like, look, we're gonna go back. It's in her foot. They told the mother, like, look, we're gonna have to go back in the foot. There's a chance that we might have to cut more, and we might have to cut into the toe, or she might lose part of her foot. Hell, there might come a day where she might lose her whole foot or her leg. You just never know how that cancer grows back, or even if it does. Some people it don't. Once they cut it out, you're good. But there's some people you do. So it's a cancer that's very slow growing, but you have to watch it. And I was talking to the mother. She wasn't having the best day. She was having a very emotional day. So I already understood that when she was talking. So I kind of felt the bite coming. I'm like, man, she about to bite me. But working in healthcare so many years, I understand that emotion. And having a child that was sick that I thought had a cancer, I understand that emotion because I've been there. But her child actually has the diagnosis. There's no mistaking it. And I made a comment because she was like, I really don't want them cutting on my baby. And I said, well, you got a choice. It's either allow them to cut on her or let it spread. The choice is yours. I told her, like, if I had to choose, we cutting limbs off. I'm gonna try to do everything I can. The cosmetic part about it is the least of my worries. If she can have a long life with a missing foot and we can get prosthetics and she can learn to live a normal life, I'm okay with that. She made a comment and she said, Jazz, I'm gonna tell you, like I told my mom and other people, y'all not me. Y'all not in my feet. And she wasn't very nice when she said it, but I still love her. She's like, y'all not me. Y'all not in my feet. Y'all can't possibly understand my emotions. There's nothing y'all can say that can make me feel better because you don't know how. You're not in my shoes. Ain't nothing wrong with y'all kids. You ain't going through this with you get. I'm going through this with my kid. And at that moment I had to understand. I done got way off subject. I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about, but at that moment I had to respect it and understand. So, I apologize to her, of course, because I don't want her to feel like you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell her what to do or step in her way. But, she also felt like because people didn't respond emotionally like she did, that they didn't care. And I said no. And I said, "What you gotta think about it?" I said, if I'm your friend / sister, and you look to me for spiritual counsel, I'm a psychic medium. So I'm the one people always say, Jazz, what you think? And I'm panicking. What you gonna do? You gonna be like, what the Jazz is panicking? If I panic, that whole damn family gonna panic. The best thing you can do is stay calm. And I was explaining that to her about the girl's father, who's very intuitive too. I said, somebody has to be calm. And it's not the fact that, he don't care or other people you feel like don't care. But if everybody is anxious and panicking with you, who's thinking rationally and who's thinking straight? And after that, we kind of, came to terms with that conversation, but that conversation almost got ugly. I don't even remember what led me to talk about that. I always get off subject. I know y'all love when I be getting off subject. Okay. But shadow work, yeah. Back to my shadow work. You have to do it. I'm just saying. Honestly, I'm not here to tell people what to do. And everybody, they incarnate here with their own little things they have to go through and their own little things that they have to get through and experience. But honestly, I think shadow work is a necessity. I really think it is. Like it's a necessity for most, unless you chose to come here. And Dolores Cannon talks about it. She talks about people, souls that come here to rest. And there are souls like people that you see that live here and they live most of their life in solitude by themselves, like monks or people that they're comfortable with being alone. Or people who might be born or they live and they might be like they're not very responsive. Um, like let's say I lived a life, but I was a vegetable. I didn't know what was going on, or I wasn't really stimulated by outside interferences. I'm oblivious to it. So I'm resting. But then you have some who come here to learn lessons. And when you come here to learn lessons, you get tested. And have you ever taken that really hard course? And sometimes you got to go way back to the basics to learn old information so that you can pass this new course. That is shadow work. I hope this helps for those. And if you want me to talk more about shadow work and more about my personal experiences with shadow work, y'all just hit me up and let me know. I don't mind. I got stories for days about swimming through darkness, and I found most of my light in those darkest moments. When I was alone and at my lowest and in the thick of it. Intuitively, it almost feels like you're swimming through molasses and it's dark. But then after a while, you look ahead, you start to see a little bit of light. But as you go, and this is what I see in my meditations, as you go, that light gets brighter and brighter. You start to see these little bright pools of light. And when you step in through those pools of light, you start to see that's where this started at. That's where this started at. That's where this came from. That's where this came from. And then as you start to sort through these things, you start to make peace with people and things that are going in your life now. And I can actually say that I'm getting to a point to where I don't have a problem with anybody. I'm unbothered, even by anybody that hurt me or did anything to me in the past. I'm not holding anything against them. So if you out there, you think I'm mad at you or I'm not talking, I don't. Hi, I'm not there no more. I've made peace with so much over the past year and so many people. It's like a freeing feeling. I feel like a feather. Like I feel light. I feel great. You know what I mean? And everything in my life is not perfect. My credit card debt is high. I need to pay them motherfuckers down. Trying to figure out how to pay them down. Look, I got other problems, other fish to fry. So I got problems, but I'm happy in these problems. I messed up on my taxes and I'm being sued, but I'm still happy. And I ain't put these damn books out yet. So I'd be lying to y'all if I told y'all I was problem free because I ain't problem free. But the bitches, I'm all right. Anyhow, so let me tell you about this man real quick because I be telling y'all my bit. I ain't gonna tell y'all everything, but I'm gonna tell you. But one is weird. I'm weird too, so I can call him weird. A weird person can call another person weird without repercussion. I said it. So he is very introverted, which is not the type I usually go for, or not the type I attract. But he's very introverted. He don't say much. He works a lot. He's a homebody. He don't go out a lot. He definitely does not people. When we were at the comedy show and it was getting close to the end of the comedy show, he was like, "Yeah, I don't like people. Let's go." He was like, "We gotta go." And you could tell, like, when it was getting close to the end of the time, his energy started to like, okay, he looking around like, okay, yeah, it's time to go. So we ended up getting out there before because it was packed in there, it was crowded. We ended up getting out of there before it happened. So he's an Aries, and I couldn't figure. I'm like, okay, so where's the Aries at? I'm like, okay, where's the Aries? I pulled a whole chart and went over the chart with him. I got this fool looking at planets and stars and shit. So I pulled this chart and I'm like, where is the Aries at? So after the first date, when we started to get more acquainted, that's when I'm starting to really see the Aries, the fire. Also in the type of car because he just got him a brand new car and he was able to build it himself. You know, build the inside. Some of these newer cars, you can like put all your bells and whistles on the inside. I don't know about that stuff. You know, one day to get my money up, but I could tell him the type of car he picked, the bells and whistles he put in the car, the way he dresses, which he dresses very nicely, very well. You know, I'm starting to see the take charge, the fiery. I'm starting to see it. So even though he's very introverted, like when he's comfortable and when it comes to dealing with the woman, he's very much a take charge type of Aries. He does have quite a bit of Capricorn in his chart, so he do give me some old man vibes, even though he's rather young. But the compatibility is uncanny. Like we don't have the same favorite color. That's the only thing that's really different. His favorite color is red and mine is blue. He don't like the color blue. He like colors. But besides that, favorite cookies. I mean, like it's odd because we'll have a conversation and he'll say something I was thinking before I say it. You know what I mean? Or He'll complete my thoughts or my sentences. The conversation just be a vibe. I'm here for it, y'all. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know where this is going, but for now, in a very long time, not a very long time, but it's been a minute. I'm excited about this ride right here. I'm gonna ride this one to see to see where it goes, you know. And I look at it this way, y'all. If it ends tomorrow, I'm thankful for the time I had. And if it goes longer, I'm thankful for that too. So according to him, I'm off the market. So um, I'm just enjoying the moment. I'm not really looking for the future or looking to see what's coming in the future or pulling any cards or anything. I'm be a little bit more adventurous. Adventurous. And going by my gut, the energy's right. My gut's like, bitch, go ahead, have fun. You know, and even though I don't know how we're so compatible, but we're such opposites, it's weird because I'm an extroverted introvert, which means I come off extroverted, but what a lot of people don't know about me is that I prefer my alone time. I spend a lot of time alone. I am really awkward around people, but I people because I had to do it. Been a nurse, you people when you a nurse. I always worked in management. You gotta people when you work in management. I'm a freaking psychic medium. You people in all the time. So is it if it's something what is something that I'm not to the point to where I can operate around people and I can open up and talk. If I'm at a big party, you know, I might go off in the corner, but I'll talk to one or two people over in the corner with me. You know, I can converse, but I won't be the life of a crowd. He is an introvert. He's an introverted introvert. He don't people. He none of that. He is strictly working home, working home, working home. And when you call him, he's always at home. He's not around people. And he says to himself, I think what what really appealed me to him was like he was like, I'm single, single. He was like, you don't worry about nobody calling your phone. You ain't gotta worry about nobody calling my phone, even though I don't be in people's business like that. And he was like, you can come over my house anytime. I'm that single. You don't have to worry about that. I ain't been meeting that lately, y'all. I've been meeting motherfuckers got shit to hide. They can't answer their phone after 8 o'clock, you know, or a female comment under a post. It's always some bullshit. So just to meet somebody that's like single, single, and very direct about what they want and what they expect and what they're looking for, I kind of like it here. Like, okay, single, single. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. This is what I have to offer. This is what we doing. Thank you. Thank you. That's all. Thank you. So I'm gonna have fun, y'all. How many y'all posting about date number 2? It's not for a few weeks, but we'll probably have lunch or dinner or something in between. But anyhow, thank y'all for listening to all my business. And if y'all want to know about more about shadow work, let me know, and I can talk more about it. I don't mind. Am I ready? Yeah, I think I'm ready to talk about it. I haven't really talked much about some of the shadow work I've been doing, but I think I'm ready to talk a little bit about it. Have I mastered it? No. Am I some professional? No. Am I like Iyanla? No. But I think I've gotten to a place to where I'm starting to see the results of my work. So I can speak about that. With that being said, I love you all. Love on yourself. Mirror work. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself. And I got another. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself naked. If you got a full body mirror and you can look at yourself naked and love yourself from head to toe, every fat roll under the bra, fat fupa, whatever, whatever you don't like about your body, if you can fall in love with every single part of your body, if you can fall in love with every single cell inside of your body, every single cell, Let's break it down even more. If you could fall in love with every single atom in your body, every single proton, neutron, electron, fall in love with every single piece, every single structure that comes together and builds together that make you you, and be thankful for it. Even the parts of you that don't work. Look, y'all, I got arthritis. My arthritis has been kicking my ass, and I got a corn on my toe for wearing fucking heels. I'm gonna love that corn with my little corn thing on my foot, but my hip has been killing me, and I'm loving myself through that. I walk with a limp. I'm probably gonna need a cane, but I'm still gonna love myself through that. First, I was upset, like, damn, you're not even 50 yet, and you're gonna need a cane. Like, you could barely walk on your hip. But I'm loving myself through that, and I still walk my 6 miles a day with the cane, so I still stay active, and I'm still slimming down. Anyhow, peace, everyone. Just quick announcement: tune in to Mediumship Mondays, where I'm actually diving into the mediumship. So y'all just gonna see some demonstrations. I'm gonna be talking more about mediumship because it is a passion. I don't talk about it much because I don't draw a lot of attention with my mediumship. Most people come to me for psychic readings, but my strongest gift is my mediumship. So stay tuned. You're going to hear me talking more because mediumship is a lot more in depth than connecting to deceased loved ones. It's a lot more it's more complex, it's more layered. There's a lot more that goes into mediumship than just talking to dead people. So we're going to be talking about that stuff. Spirit has been giving me a lot of information these past few months, and I've been writing and I've been reading, and I'm ready to share some of it. So stay tuned. I love you all. Peace. My computer froze.